Hi everyone, it's your boy Professor Patio, and today we are going to talk about how to put fractions on number lines. And the way we're going to do that is we are going to take a look at two of some of the ways to do this problem. And the first way we're going to talk about is how to start from zero. Okay, so this problem here says plot 8 over 3 on a number line. And so I'm just going to do what it says in way number one. We're going to start from zero. Okay, so starting from zero, all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep counting by 1/3. Keep counting by 1/3. So it's going to look like this. The next thing I'm going to write is 1 over 3. And I'm going to keep counting by 1/3. So every single time that I'm doing this, I'm really just going to be adding 1/3. So plus another 1/3. So I'm just going to keep on adding another 1/3. Now you don't need to write this stuff on top, okay? But I am just doing that so that you can see what's going on. So now I have 2/3. And if I add another 1/3, I get 3/3. If I add another 1/3, I get 4/3. And if I add another 1/3, 5/3. Add another 1/3, I get 6/3, 7/3, and finally 8/3. Okay, and that's it. And all I have to do is put a dot right on the tick mark and right on the number line, and I'm officially done. Now, another way to understand this and to see what's happening in this problem is that, so again, you started from 0 holes, but now I'm going to add 1/3. So here's 1/3. Now I'm going to add another third. Now I have 2/3. And I add another third. Now I have 3/3. And if I keep on adding thirds, here's 4/3. Here's a picture of 4/3. Here's a picture of 5/3. Here's a picture of 6/3. And then here's a picture of 7/3. Here's a picture of 8/3. And so this whole picture that I have circled right here is a picture of 8/3. Okay, so this is just one way to do the problem. Way number one, it's called starting from zero, and I indeed started from zero. Okay, now I'm going to show you another way to do this problem, and so I'm going to call this way number two. Divide the whole numbers into fractional parts. So let's talk about what that means, okay? So it says here divide the whole numbers. So really what I'm going to do is I'm going to put whole numbers first. So again, this is way number two. Here's 0 holes. Here's 1 hole. Here's 2 holes. Here's 3 holes. And if I wanted to, I can keep on going as much as I want, but I'll stop right here. Okay. Let's read way number two again. Way number two says divide the whole numbers into fractional parts. Okay, so basically what we're saying is we're going to cut the whole numbers into fractions. We're going to take these whole pieces. So here's like a picture of 1 whole, and we're going to cut it into fractions. Okay, so you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to take this 1 whole, which is from 0 to 1, and I'm going to cut it into thirds. I'm going to cut it into 3 parts, 3 equal parts. So now I have thirds, okay? And again, let's look at the directions. It says plot 8 over 3 on a number line. Plot 8/3 on a number line. So here's 1/3. This is 1/3 right here. Over here is where 2/3 is. So notice how I'm going straight down. Here's 2/3. See, and over here, this is 3/3. But wait a minute, it's also the same thing as 1 whole. So this is 1 whole or 3/3. Now, if I change colors, guess what this whole blue rectangle represents from 1 to 2? This is another, it represents 1 whole. from 1 to 2 is 1 whole. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to cut this into thirds. And now over here, I can say I have 4 thirds. Over here, I can say I have 5 thirds. And over here, if I count all of these thirds, I have 6 thirds. Or, as you can clearly see, by looking at the red and the blue, I have 2 holes already. Let me just change colors one more time here. Here's another hole. Jumping from 2 to 3, that's 1 hole. I'm going to do the same thing, cut it into thirds. Now I'm going to keep on going until I can figure out where 8 thirds is. Here's 7 thirds. Here's 8 thirds. And I'm officially done. Okay? So, this is the second way. This is another way to find out where 8 over 3 is. And just another way to find out where a fraction is. Okay? So we did this problem, the same problem, in 2 different ways. We needed to figure out where 8 over 3 was, or 8 thirds. And so one way we did it was counting by thirds and starting from 0. But then the other way was taking whole numbers, starting with the whole numbers first. So you notice how I started with 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then after that, I just decided to cut it into thirds. Okay? So there's other ways to do this problem. I just showed you 2 ways. I hope this was helpful for you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe. And just a reminder, there are different ways to do math, and that you're a problem solver, I'm a problem solver. In fact, everybody in the world is a problem solver. All right, take care. Have a great day. Bye.